I thought I would just kind of walk you guys through the first wine that we're pouring. And first want to give you a little bit of background about Medlock Ames. Medlock Ames is a company that my best friend and I started about 24 years ago. We were living in New York City and drinking wine, kind of learning about it, didn't know very much. And one evening after drinking a little bit too much wine, we came up with this plan where we quit our jobs and moved to California. And within a few months, we did that. And we looked at about 100 different properties before we found this old abandoned vineyard that was kind of falling down. And we just right away knew it was the perfect spot for us. So we nursed it back to health, invested a lot of TLC to restore the life of these vines, and built our winery there. We now have about 340 acres, which comprise the entire ranch. We grow 9 different varieties. We span 2 different AVAs. So part of our vineyard is in the Alexander Valley appellation. The other part of it's in the Russian River Valley appellation. And so that gives us sort of this cool ocean influence that kind of keeps our grapes kind of cool, especially during the end of the ripening season. That when it gets very hot in California, that cool night air helps preserve a lot of the acidity in the wine or in the grapes, which means that the wine has a little bit more liveliness, more crispness, and makes our wines really food friendly. So the first wine we're going to have for you tonight is our 2018 Chardonnay. This is planted to the Seas clone, which is this clone that gives the wine really this lemony citrus influenced character. And when I smell the wine, I get a lot of orange blossom, lemon, and then it also has this really interesting baked apple and pear notes that go along with it. And the wine has really nice acidity, and then it's got this it reminds you of eating like a lemon pie. It's got the lemon citrus from the lemon, and then it has this that you can almost taste like that crisp crust that's part of the pie, and it has this the yeast during the fermentation gives it this really interesting brioche and kind of buttery pie crust effect to it. And my favorite thing to do with that wine is drink it on a nice hot summer afternoon, and it's something that's really I think just something that's really delicious and goes really well with live music when we can get the sound working. Then the next wine we were gonna, and also sometimes people ask like, why Chardonnay? And when we sort of the wine that convinced me to become a winemaker was a Chardonnay. This was back in 1996 when we first had this idea. There was a wine called the Talbot Diamond Tea. It's from the Central Coast in California, and it's a really big, buttery, over-the-top Chardonnay. And my tastes in Chardonnay have kind of migrated towards slightly more crisper versions of the variety. But at the time, I remember being so blown away by that you can just the effect of sunlight, water, and dirt can create this amazing flavor in a glass. It's just to me, it's just magic. It's a miracle to be able to transform those those raw elements into something so ethereal. And one other thing that's really interesting about Chardonnay is that it definitely carries the imprint of the winemaker, probably more than most other varieties. It's a manipulable wine. And so it's what we do to the wine in the cellar has a really big impact on the wine, more so than other varieties. So some people like a really big, buttery, ripe style. They use more new oak, do 100% malolactic fermentation. Maybe a cooler fermentation helps preserve some more of that buttery aroma. And just the wood itself has a really strong impact on the wine. And then you can also make it in a stainless steel fermenter, and it retains more crispness and just kind of gives it just a very different quality. So how's the sound coming through you guys? Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. Hey, Ames, give us a thumbs up. Are we going? Are we hot? All right. All right, this song, we're going to play this one for you. Here we go. It's called Mama's in the Kitchen.
All right, you guys have to deal with a little bit of a delay.
Mama's in the kitchen, cooking up bone. Mama's in the kitchen and her papa ain't home. Turning up the oven, sprinkling the spice. She's all alone on a Saturday night. Saturday night. Everyone knows papa ain't home. What's mama doing with the lights down low? Shades are drawn, she won't pick up the phone. No. Well, oh mama, cooking up a mama's in the kitchen, cooking up a bone. Mama's in the kitchen and the papa ain't home. Turning up the oven, sprinkling the spice. She's all alone on a Saturday night. Saturday night. Peeling the potatoes, steaming up the rice, dicing the tomatoes, set the table just right. Pull out the vinyl, stick the needle in the groove. Mama leans back as she kicks off her shoes. Kicks off her shoes. Kitchen, cooking up a bone. Mama's in the kitchen and the papa ain't home. Turning up the oven, sprinkling the spice. She's all alone on a Saturday night. Saturday night. Everyone knows papa ain't home. What's mama doing with the lights down low? Shades are on, she won't pick up the phone. No. Hello, mama, cooking up a mama. Cooking up a mama, cooking up a
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
We're gonna do another one? All right.
Yeah.
Great, talk about it.
So this is thanks for being patient, y'all. This is a song called Home off of our most recent album. We all been playing music a while, and you know, with that comes a lot of travel and a lot of time away from loved ones, and this is kind of centered around that.
Many years ago, when I was young and fit, didn't matter how far the drive to play my own music, I'd make the drive, 'cause I was fit. I'd make the drive to play my own music. Music, 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 music. The sun, the stars, the moon, the boats, airplanes, and cars, the venues and saloons, the cafes and the bars. I'm headed home,
There's
'cause
Curtis
I'm
is dead.
tired. I'm headed home, 'cause I'm tired. 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 I'm headed home. 'Cause it's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam.
Got the tidy tab.
It's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam. Sometimes my plans are up, sometimes my plans are down. Sometimes I take my shoes off, plant my bare feet on the ground. I'm headed home, 'cause I'm tired. I'm headed home to put my feet up by the fire. Fire, 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 fire. I'm headed home, 'cause it's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam. It's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam. Got some stories, seen some glory. In the end I knew I'd always come back to you, 'cause here's the truth, I missed you. Yeah, here's the truth, I missed you. You, 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 you. I'm headed home, 'cause it's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam. It's a lonely, long and winding road that I roam. headed home. I'm headed home.
That was beautiful. Thanks everybody so much for your patience while we got these glitches worked out, and thanks Mr. December for sticking through it and figuring it all out. I've been following you guys for about 12 years, and I think when you back then it was a stand-up bass and a ukulele, and I'd really love to see how the band has grown, and it's such a unique mix of instruments. I've never seen this arrangement before, and I was just really curious about how you guys got together and what your influences are.
Well, Jimmy and I started playing music together in 96, and it was Jesse was 3 years old at the time, and we were playing much more obnoxious, rad music. Much louder, much faster, much more electrified. And eventually, you can only coax your friends out to 11 o'clock shows on a Wednesday night for so long before it gets kind of old. So I picked up this electric bass. I started on the electric bass. I picked up this acoustic bass in the early 2000s. And at the same time, Jimmy picked up a ukulele, and we just started writing songs. Or I should say, Jimmy just started writing songs. And we started doing that, and then he started playing in the Hubbub Club. And that's where he met young Jesse on the sax.
Yeah, I met Jesse when he was 13 years old, playing the sax in the Hubbub Club.
You were playing tritongs.
That's true. I was playing percussion, but and then Jesse saw us play at the Phoenix, right?
That's right.
And he was playing the alto sax. He was a young hot shredder on the sax. We invited him up. He played a couple songs, and then I started giving him rides to gigs. He joined the band, and it's been
10 years, I think.
It's been 10 years with Jesse, and then we filled it out with Scott on the trombone.
How did we meet, Scott?
It was at Russian River, wasn't it?
Thanks,
I met Jimmy at the Occidental Farmers Market many years ago, and I think everybody thought that just to bring some novelty to the instrumentation, adding a little trombone would make it a little more relatable. I think was the idea.
Get back to standards.
Let's take it a step back. We always dreamed of like fiddle and guitar and just the standard stuff, and the world brought us horns, and we're super stoked that they did. So.
Yeah, and I think the greatest story is that after years of this very traditional kind of Appalachian American standard of upright bass, banjo/ukulele, trombone, and soprano saxophone, we decided to really step out of the box and do something that was a little bit different by adding. You'd think maybe a drummer.
Are you leading up to the melodica?
But yeah, melodica and cornet. That was really what we decided was going to add the. Just a little bit of unique flavor. So.
Well, joking aside, even though the instrumentation is unconventional, they occupy all the standard timbres and different roles of a bluegrass band, even though the instrumentation is a little unconventional.
Yeah. We're not a bluegrass band. If anybody was confused, we're definitely.
Yeah, we're like next door neighbors to bluegrass, but we're not them.
And if anyone could tell us what we are, that would be super helpful for marketing purposes.
That's our genre.
Well, cool. And so, in addition to the just the tight sound and the beautiful melodies and the singing and the horns, one of the things that I find most appealing is, and I've seen you play in a lot of places, it's you guys always look like you're having so much fun when you're playing, and it's really it really draws the audience in and makes people feel like they're part of the fun that the magic that the band is bringing. I'm really grateful.
Somehow we're still friends. I don't know how.
Yeah, I suppose the secret is, not to say that we don't take it seriously, but there's a certain amount of silliness that we maintain. We have day jobs and families, and we do this for fun, and that's, I think, carried me through it a lot, right?
Yeah, plus, we all watched the Metallica documentary, right?
And I think it's also just like when you're, you know, when you're at a show and you're having a really good time, you know, you are part of the band. I mean, that's what the band is that night. That's the group of people, and if it's a good time, it's not like you're part of it. I mean, you are. That's the beauty of live performance. And
Yeah.
hopefully, we're giving some version of that now.
It's true. Yeah, hopefully, I don't know if we'll get back to that anytime soon, but music it's fluid between both the audience and the band. And without that, I don't want to say it suffers, but it's definitely a different beast. So we'll see how this works, and hopefully, you know, some good things will come of it.
Well,
'Cause
awesome.
I'm tired of sitting at home alone, I'll tell you that.
So the next wine in our lineup is our 2017 Red. And this is a blend. It's always a blend between Cabernet and Merlot, kind of varying amounts. It depends on the vintage, depends on the weather that year, depends on, you know, how I'm feeling that day. But sometimes we'll blend in other varieties. And for the 2017, we put in a little bit of Petit Verdot and Syrah. And one of the things I love about this wine is it really showcases the beauty of blending. Blending always makes, you know, there's this interesting alchemy that happens when you blend wines together. The end result is better than any of the individual components. And I think we first made this wine in 2002. And at that time, we only had Merlot and we had Cabernet. We decided to make a Merlot and a Cabernet bottle. But we also noticed just playing around with them that the two together made an amazing wine. So we decided to start with the third wine, which we have always called just red or estate red. And it's, for me, for the 2017 vintage, which is, 17 was a very warm year. So we get a lot of ripe flavors. And when I taste this wine, it reminds me of being out in our garden and tasting blackberries, raspberries that are sort of in the late afternoon. They've got a lot of sunlight directly on them. And they have this warm, ripe fruit flavor. And that's sort of one of the things I get that really stands out in this wine. And my favorite thing to do with this wine is grill meat, especially with the little bit of Syrah that it has in it. Syrah can often bring this kind of meaty, gamey character to the wine, and it just goes so beautifully with grilled meats. So, with that, I'd like to ask Mr. December to play another little mini set for us.
That's us.
All right.
All right. Okay. We were thinking we would play this song called "South of Heaven," and I would introduce it by saying, you know, Jesse, when he joined the band, I think one of the reasons why he stuck around as the young shredding saxophone player that he is because we just don't play songs that are 1-4-5 over and over and over. Would you say that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
So this is an example of a multi-chordal song, maybe.
It's got
Gosh.
chromaticism.
Anyways,
so
I don't talk much at home either, so here we go.
The other one.
Getting late and I'm lonely. My eyes are open but they're hazy. And in my life that's nothing new. I miss you. I can hardly breathe. 2007, a little south of heaven you came to me. You had a vision tempered with wisdom, you said to me. At your age, there's nothing new. I belong to me, and you belong to you. Take me to your leader now. I wanna know if this is how it's going down, going down. Going down. Going down. Your spell, it had me on day one. Incredibly intelligent beauty, just having fun, just having fun. Having fun. Just having fun. Time after time, on the outside, looking in, anyone could see that we were on our edge, extremely close to being dead. Looking for any reason to sip on that note. I'll always wanted tango in my shoes. I was told, be a nice man, and when you get old, you get a funny feeling deep in your soul. When you die,
We can feel your audio.
Yeah, I don't know. We do hope it's going good out there. We do.
It's beautiful. So I have a question for you guys.
Hey, question, guys.
As musicians, how are you handling shelter in place?
Alcohol?
Not that well, I suppose.
I would say my whole musician life has really been reduced. There's no gigs. I mean, this is the first time I've played out since it all started. This is, I guess, the first gig, right?
Yeah, and we hadn't been rehearsing. We hadn't been getting together, just trying to be safe, not getting in a room, singing and shouting and all the particles through the horns in the air. I don't think we've had a full rehearsal in a few months here.
Yeah, this is our rehearsal. I would say though, like the music hasn't stopped. Like I've written a lot of new material. I sit on the couch with my kids screaming and yelling at me and asking me to this and that, and I'm like, I got this banjo lick to work on. So, it's still going. It's just been reduced.
Yeah, I've found it, now it's getting annoying and stuff, but after a lot of years of just kind of like doing what was handed to me, I try to look at the good part of it, which is just a kind of a chance for perspective on like, what music am I performing, and do I like performing it? And it's just kind of a very rare, unexpected chance to kind of get a chance to zoom out on it and then realize what you're missing, and like, oh man, not only do I miss performing and playing with these people and performing and playing in general, but also I'm really missing my musician buddies and like the kind of hang that kind of can fill the soul even if no one shows up to the gig. Shout out to, never mind. But that's a real thing, is whatever you focus on doing in life, you tend to have community based around it, and when you're not able to have that community, I've been trying to focus on like the loneliness, and the desire for it is cool, because it's like you can kind of take it for granted while you have it. And yeah.
And you also mentioned that you're using alcohol to cope. I know it was a joke, but are there any? Is there a type of alcohol you're gravitating towards?
Medlock Ames Chardonnay.
I wasn't fishing.
I'm on the program, Ames. I'm on the program. It's I know I'm not drinking the Chardonnay right now, but really good.
Yeah, these guys will tell you I go for a Chard anytime. That's actually all they've paid me for the last like 6 years.
No, it's worth saying if you'll give us this moment. Like there is an inside joke with Jesse of paying him with the Chardonnay while we take the Pinot and like all the others. And
that's because he's always off talking to other people while we're packing up, and then all of a sudden he shows up at the end.
And I get all the Chard.
Well, that's the thing though, because it's come around to the Chard, and it's really great. So.
I've learned to love it.
Well, great. So I think if you guys want to like play us out for a few more songs, that would be awesome.
We would love to.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, you guys, for joining us. Can't wait to have you back for a live, audience performance.
Thanks for the patience throughout the issues there.
Yeah. So what are we gonna play, guys? Got the banjo out. To the road.
To the road? It's almost there.
What would you say this is about, Jimmy? Country living?
Country living.
Country living.
I do hope everyone's doing good out there. Well, I just in general, just finding some good life in the new life, I guess. Yeah, this is a song of escape, maybe. To the road, like you escape to the road. There's love, there's tragedy. It's not too specific, so it fits on a lot of feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sonoma County in this one.
Followed you 'cause I was in the street. Knew that it could only take my time. Loaded up my 67 Chevy. Couldn't wait to cross that county line. Oh, Glory took me to the mountains. Loaded up, she was looking fine. And winding through yet another valley, like travelers straight from another time. Well, Johnny was playing on the AM. Turned him up so I could hear walk the line. Way past us, my eyes are feeling heavy. Pulled over, settled down, closed my eyes. I closed my eyes, waited for another sunrise. Back at home, I was feeling lonely. I could tell that there ain't much more to this town. And so I grabbed my saddle and said to my pony, yeah, let us to the road, it's time to mess around. Let us to the road, it's time to mess around. Back at home, I'd been feeling lonely. I could tell that there ain't much more to this town. And so I grabbed my saddle and said to my pony, yeah, let us to the road, it's time to mess around. Let us to the road, it's time to mess around. Cause I was in mystery, I knew they could only take my time. I loaded up my 67 Chevy, couldn't wait to cross the county line. Oh, Glory took me to the mountain, but how she was looking fine. Was way past the slides, were feeling heavy. Pulled over, sat down, closed my eyes. I closed my eyes, waited for another sunrise. I close my eyes, waited for another sunrise.
Yeah, man. We're going to switch over to the ukulele, if you can believe it. And it's funny, the uke has certainly gotten popular in not just Sonoma County, but across the states here. And there's still a kind of almost a novelty aspect to the instrument. I am hoping that we're taking it out of that realm, because Jimmy can shred the stuff. Silly me. Were we turning this up or down?
Probably up.
I would turn up a little bit. The uke's a little low.
Baby, I've been thinking about you. We shared time so long ago. But now things have changed, our lives rearranged. Won't you meet with me tonight? What can we do tonight? You were married, but now he is dead. Your freedom gained by a handful of lead. Now that he's gone, our love can move on. Won't you meet with me tonight? Won't you meet with me tonight? I've asked you, but now I insist. Your presence dictates just how I will dress. A bowler and a tie sparkle in my eye. Won't you meet with me tonight? Won't you meet with me tonight? Tonight.
Yeah, we got more. Yeah, we got one more. Yeah, we got to say it again. Yeah.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, we do have one more. Yeah, we were going to play this one. It's called Another Glass of Wine, appropriately titled. Thanks for the great wine, you guys. Yeah. All right. Hello, baby, it's been a long time. Won't you have a seat? I'll pour you a glass of wine. So much is to be said, now that I'll agree. But whoa, baby, you can't fool me, nah, nah. I'm not the only one who's been living life but having lots of fun. So don't you point your finger at blame. And baby, shame on you for living in the past. Have a look around, life is a blast. Take off your coat, put up your feet, spend some time and relax. There's another glass of wine. Another glass of wine. Glass of wine. Another glass of wine. Hello, baby, it's been a long time. Won't you have a seat? I'll pour you a glass of wine. So much is to be said, now that I'll agree. Whoa, baby, you can't fool me, nah, nah. I'm not the only one who's been living life but having lots of fun. So don't you point your finger of blame. And baby, shame on you for living in the past. Have a look around, life is a blast. Take off your coat, put up your feet, spend some time and relax. Here's another glass of wine. Another glass of wine. Glass of wine. Another glass of wine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, everyone wants to applaud you. So change the screen so you can see everybody's faces and they're gonna turn their video on.
Oh, cool.
How do you do it?
Let Marco do it.
What, I gotta figure this out now?
I think you just go to. I actually know how to do this. You just go up to the top right. There you go, yeah. Yeah, there you go. I see.
Nice.
Oh, there's my wife and my dog.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, Mom.
More.
All right, here's Kathleen.
By our records.
You guys rock! Woo! Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
I love the new tunes are great. New tunes are awesome.
Good job. We enjoyed it.
Are they taking turns talking? It's awesome.
Everyone be perfectly still so it looks like it's brothers.
We just have some really important to say.
All right. You guys want to go to ABB?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Drive safe. Tip your bartender.
Get home safe, everyone. Get home safe.
James, see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
James,
Thank you.
if you're in there. Thanks, everyone.
Marco, your range is insane. It's just, did you hear what he did on that last song? It's just like, I was like, go higher, and he jumps an octave. I'm like, go higher. He jumps another fifth. I'm like, oh my god.
So how did it go?
Oh, we're still on. Oh.
Thank you for everyone who's still listening.
All right, bye guys.